Welcome to the Box Score Sports Podcast.
The Utah Jazz finished 31-51 last year. Their offseason was very, very quiet. So, with that in mind, what was your favorite move that the Utah Jazz made?
I put down keeping Markkanen.
I did too,
I mean,
yeah.
it's it's unfortunate he can't be traded this year, but um, he's been like a team player. He's a good asset. So you might as well lock him up. His contract isn't terrible and won't be as we go forward with the TV money coming in. So to be able to keep at least a fan favorite and kind of a cornerstone of the team now, you got to pay someone, as we say.
Yeah, yeah. And they didn't sign him in time to trade him? Was it? Oh, man.
I
What?
think he signed. I could be wrong. I think he signed like one of those, not super max, but close to it. So you can't be traded for 12 months when you sign one of those.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's a bummer. But I'm glad the Jazz did it. I hate when teams lose assets for nothing. And so you got him on the books for this year, and people are going to be interested in him next offseason if you want to move on from him. It just makes it a little more difficult, like tanking when you have a good player like that on your team because he's going to win a couple games for you. But yeah, I'm with you on that. Um, Least favorite move.
I mean, he was on the Bucks list. He came and worked out for the Bucks, and I was really hoping they wouldn't draft Kyle Flipowski from Duke. Just
Okay.
we don't need another like tall white guy that's not very athletic. So he's just not my type, and I know it fits in with Utah and all they have, but like I don't know. He just doesn't seem like a high upside swing guy. I know it sounds stupid. How old is he? Is he 22? He's
Uh,
20. I was thinking of someone else. He's 20. So he's still young at least, but I don't know. These tall white guys that have some skill but not very athletic don't do a whole lot for me with the first round pick. But again, I'm nitpicking. It was the 32nd.
that's what I was gonna say. It's a nitpick, but that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But they
yeah.
didn't do much else, so
Right. That's what I was gonna say. They didn't do a whole lot, so I will just second your thing. But I don't expect that 32 overall pick or whatever he was to pan out anyway. If he does, great for them. If he doesn't, it's not gonna hurt. Um, biggest question for you with Utah.
and they tank better.
Yeah, I
You know,
agree.
like
That's what I
and
have.
I think the problem is they have a good coach.
Yeah,
Um, and it's hard to have a good coach and then be terrible. And
correct.
what was it, 2 years ago? They started out really fast and then kind of gave way. They kind of played way over their heads. And then last year they started out slow, heated up, and then they kind of took their foot off at the end of the year. So it's hard to do when you have just enough talent and a good coach, but you kind of set yourself back when you end up with mid lottery picks or the back end of the lottery. And I think they just need to either trade, make a bunch of trades, um, or they got to just be bad, especially this year, like really bad.
No, I agree 100% with you. I like that they're finally going to just start Taylor Hendricks. That's a sign of like, hey, let's just let the guy grow, right? I like Keontae George. They have him. He's super young. I think he was a rookie last year, right? So, Walker Kessler, right? He's solid. Like they have a solid roster. I think that's the hard time. Not only do they have a good coach, but their roster's solid. It's not bad, right? There's a lot of talent on this team that you could see. So, obviously, I expect this team to kind of blow it up a little bit better, hopefully this year, and like you said, that's what I had down. Can they tank right? Let's do it. You guys want a taller white dude? Go after Cooper Flag, right? Like there you go. That's who you should be going after. And if you get him on this team and you pair him next to Markkanen and Keontae George, and then they could draft that Cody Williams if he becomes something special or something good, I should say, even good. Now you really got a team that could be good moving forward with someone like a Cooper Flag. So tank right, Utah. Just tank right.
Sure.
Yeah, sure, he says.
It's just it's just hard because they have. I think Will Hardy's a really good coach, and it's hard to
It's
tell a
it's
good
true.
coach, hey, I know you're really good at this X's and O and getting the guys going, but can you not do that this year?
Well, yeah, but like even a good coach, if you just like it depends, right? If they don't have a ton of talent, they'll still get the most out of their talent, but they'll lose doing it, right? Like it's like because you only can get players or the raw talent, like young talent. But when you have a good coach with competent talent along your roster, I agree with you 100%. So, like you said, it's going to be, can they do it? It's hard when you have a good coach. So I think that's a good point. Um, any other points or questions?
No,
Okay, prediction.
I think they're actually a little better in this, but I'm going to put it because the West is so good that they'll be a lottery team.
Yeah, if
I
this was
think they
East, if this was East, they'd probably be playing, no lie.
will. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think Utah. It'll help Utah is they won't be like some of those East teams over the years that are like, well, we could be the 10 seed pretty easily. I don't unless something miraculous happens. Like I think they'll be strong and then they'll fade off enough to be one of the three worst teams in the West.
Yeah, because it's funny because when I was talking about OKC, like Laurie Mark, like if they wanted to make a big swing for someone like Laurie Mark, and they're like, hey, we'll give you the picker, the Clippers pick this coming season. I mean, that would be so tempting because then you could have two opportunities for the number one pick this year. So
Yeah.
it's kind of a bummer that he's not tradable this year. Kind of ruins some of the intrigue towards the trade deadline. But anyway. I have them lottery as well. Okay, so just to be clear. Okay, let's move on to the Pacific Division. Thanks so much for watching this clip of the Box Score Sports Podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter or X. And we'll talk to you guys real soon. See ya.